Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Thursday family.
Wait, are we live? We are live.
Hey, hey, hey. It's Thursday,
Is it
January
Thursday?
21st. Welcome to our Anime Matsuri live chat. Thanks for joining us so far. Orahime-chan, Big C, Jasmine, Sanchez Miku, Jason, Joe Pedro, Mia. Welcome, welcome everyone. Nice to see you on here with us. Be sure, if you haven't done so, to subscribe, like this live stream, and make sure to be commenting along the way. We have a few things that we want to touch base with you on. Welcome to our stream. My name is Denise Lee, founder and chairman of Anime Matsuri, and also known as Trinity Reloads. And welcome to the stream. You are.
Welcome. I am John Lee. I am the CEO of Anime Matsuri. Thank you for joining us today on the stream. We do this every Thursday where we discuss everything AM. On the road to AM, we give you all kinds of, should I say, cool scoops
Cool scoops.
on what you can expect. We will be making announcements and everything generally you should know about the convention. Anime Matsuri is happening on July 8th to the 11th this year at the
2021.
George R. Brown Convention Center in downtown Houston. If you're familiar, that's awesome. But it is a very large building.
In downtown.
Yeah, next to the Discovery Green Park downtown. You cannot miss it.
We're going on our 15th annual convention. I cannot believe it.
Yes, it's going to be our 15th anniversary this year, so it's quite a big year. We've been going on since 2007.
Thank you for joining us, Mary Jo, power couple. Thank you so much. If some people may not know that we're a couple,
No, they don't?
maybe not.
Oh, well.
Just same last name. That's all. Roberto, Alpha Tank, Steven, Serenity, Shori Dom, 80 Man. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome, welcome everyone. We would love to have you share this video as well. So I think a lot of volunteers have been asking patiently, thank you so much, asking, I want to be part of the planning process. I want to organize with you guys. I want to be able to volunteer this year again. Can I go switch to a different department? Can I stay in the same department? What can I do to help? And we really appreciate all the reaching out that we've gotten so far through our management team and also through our volunteers. So much, hype. From our volunteers and enthusiasm. So we really appreciate you guys so much and thank you for waiting patiently. We will be posting so much more about it because I guess we have reorganized some of the departments ourselves. So we want to make sure that we want to run things smoothly and from the get-go, making sure everything is as clear as possible for you guys this year because of the time frame as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. And just to start with the very first and obvious question, I told myself I'll do this at least for the next few streams. Yes, the convention is happening this year. So if you're wondering, is the convention happening? Yes, it is.
We got a couple of those questions.
Well, we're 6 months away. Vaccination is currently going on. Right here in the United States, we're going strong. In Texas, it is going on big time. And if you take a look, you can see the curve is flattening out and it's going to start dropping soon. So we are,
on our way.
That's right.
On our way.
Everything
it's almost there.
Yeah, everything should be good to go. We can't wait to get out of this pandemic.
Yes.
And hopefully
I want it to be declared gone
well,
as soon as possible. I'm sure you do too. So, but in the meanwhile, while things are still clearing up around the globe, we are planning a way like majorly.
Yes, yes. So we are here. It's safe to say that here in Houston with the convention, it's going to be good. I think that by probably March, April, you're going to see big differences in terms of any of these numbers or whatnot. It's going to be pretty big, and this is according to just different sources. It's going to be looking good.
Yeah.
So now the only thing we have to, I guess, wait on and make sure that we get out of the way are the travel restrictions. But
Yes.
that also should be there should be some good news coming soon from that. And speaking of good news, today I made a post. I shared the post that Legendary made. Finally,
Legendary. You guys know what that is, right?
for this is for Godzilla versus Kong.
OMG.
I got to say this,
Very
right?
highly anticipated.
I have to say this, right? Okay, so this movie, right? This movie was supposed to come out last year, right? Like a year ago, right?
Postponement after postponement.
Exactly. This is a movie that was supposed to come out, almost a year ago, and we have a deal with Toho, and we're gonna do this big thing with Godzilla and Godzilla versus Kong and promote the movie and do stuff. But last year, 2020 happened, and everything got moved, everything got postponed and whatnot. And as you can see behind us, there's all these Godzilla stuff, and we wanted to make Godzilla
John
announcements.
created everything back there for you guys.
But the condition was we had to wait. We had to wait. We had to wait for Legendary to make announcements for this movie.
Yeah.
Show the trailer, and at least to say when it was coming out. Oh my goodness. So we've been waiting all this time, and they've been, at Warner Brothers, they've been trying to figure out what they're going to do. Is the movie going to be theatrical? Is it going to HBO Max? What is happening? When is it coming out? We've just sitting here waiting for them. We couldn't make any Godzilla announcements
Nope.
before them. So now, thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you. So
Finally.
now we can get going on some Godzilla stuff.
Conclude.
The announcement made today was that obviously they say this before, so the movie is coming out on HBO Max and theaters
And theaters.
on the same day, March.
I think that's when a lot of theaters plan to reopen.
I hope
Here.
so. And today we have our first official announcement of the trailer coming out this Sunday.
Yes.
Sunday, finally, we'll see Godzilla
Something new.
versus Kong. And this is a long time coming. We can finally breathe heavy. We were, if you think back, remember last year, we were teasing that we were going to make, some announcements for Godzilla, for Toho, and then it didn't happen, right? Because, they said, yeah, we're gonna, we're gonna release the trailer. We're gonna say something, and then they said, no, we're just gonna hold back a little longer, right? It was like, we're just gonna just hold on for a month, okay? Then that turned to 2 months, all right, and that went to 3 months, and keep holding on, and we're like, okay, when is this? What is happening? So finally, I'm so excited. I'm excited for this for many reasons. Number one is that finally, everyone's going to get to see the Godzilla versus Kong. Secondly, we can, as soon as the trailer comes out, and we can start making our announcements, and Toho would let us say all the things that we have planned for this year, because we just had to hold back and wait for this to be announced first.
At least, yeah.
I'm actually surprised that the movie's coming out in March. I was expecting summer. I was like, okay, they're gonna push this movie back all the way up to summer or something.
And then it was like October, then November, and now we're in 2021.
Yeah.
So now March, for certain.
Yeah. So it's very it's
Can't wait.
it's exciting. It's exciting.
Who are
to
you
see
guys rooting for? Godzilla or Kong? Who are you rooting for? Let us know. But some of the comments were, everyone's excited.
I know it's It's pretty exciting, and I gotta say, this. What do you guys think about this visual, this
This
poster?
visual is fantastic. This is when I first saw it, I was like, it has a lot of things going on. It's just, I don't know. The color scheme is excellent. The subtlety of Godzilla with the spine, and of course Kong back there, and the fires, and it's just a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
Well, the movie will be out in March. So, because the way this was planned last year was, we were because after the movie got postponed the first time, we thought, well, okay, now the movie's coming out after AM, so we would be promoting the movie at AM,
Yeah.
right? But now it's coming out before AM, so you guys, after, I guess you can wait to see the movie, and after you see the movie, you can decide, if you like it, what you think of it, and if you want any Godzilla versus Kong merch, posters at the convention, just let us know. Even though the convention will
yeah.
be literally like March, April, May, June, 3 months, 3.5 months after the movie release.
After the movie.
But if you want some memorabilia,
Would you? What would you like from it? Yeah, let us know. I mean, we will do our best.
correct. Legendary. We were discussing with Legendary to do some promotion for the movie last year, but now everything is turned around and the movie's coming out before the convention, so there's no point. But again, it doesn't mean that we can't do it. So
Right.
if it turns out that you guys love it and you want to see, who knows, maybe some of the cast, some people from the movie, it's quite possible. We can just reach out to them and say, hey, look, we know the movie's out already, but so many fans, we have a lot of Godzilla or King Kong fans at Anime Matsuri, and they would love to see something from the movie.
Plenty.
And then they can, I'm sure they're understandable. They'll be like, okay, maybe we can, we can do something. So let's, I guess we'll should I say, by the next live stream, the trailer would have been out, so we can discuss the trailer and we can, kind of like see how hype it is, and how much you guys like it. And after the movie comes out, then we can discuss if we want to add to our guest roster, which is already pretty long.
Yes. Pretty long.
Yep. All right. Awesome.
Godzilla versus Kong. Yes. On its way. Can't wait to see it.
I know. Now, remember last time I talked about the our exhibit hall, right? So at the last staff meeting we had, which was yesterday, we were discussing our exhibit hall, and the I'm going to show you a map.
You guys get to see a glimpse of what it's going to look like.
And what I did was, well, I hope I blocked out everything that we haven't announced. I don't know. Maybe I missed some stuff. If there's something that
some things.
If there's something,
I see it already.
If there's something that you see on there that we haven't announced, well, you're
in
lucky.
luck.
You're in luck.
John put this together without putting everything X out.
It's all right. It's fine. So
Sneak peek right here.
Our exhibit hall. Let me show you. Right. Okay. Look. Where should we start?
Jeez. This is first floor, by the way, level 1 of the George R. Brown Convention Center. And we're talking about from Club AM Concert Hall there to all the way down. But specifically, it's from Hall A through E, A, B, C, D, E. And so we're going to start from Hall...
Actually, you know what?
Let's start from the left.
Okay. So look. Just want to make sure that we have this blown off. All right. Okay.
It's quite large, by the way, FYI.
All right. You guys can see this, right? All right.
The concert hall alone is approximately 120,000 square footage.
Okay, so the George R. Brown is a very big convention center. I mean, this thing is massive. This thing is 3 times the size of the LA Convention Center. And that's
2.5. Yeah, almost 2.5.
and that's where Anime Expo is. Right? The GRV is 3 times that size. Just to give you an idea of how big this thing is. Or maybe 2.5 times
It's
that
two and a
size.
half. About.
Okay, so Exhibit Hall A, as it was last year, is where the concert is. So, at Club AM. So here on Thursday, this is where K-pop will be. On Friday and Saturdays, we have the concerts. Saturdays, the Idol concerts, and then Saturday night is Club AM. We have something cool on Friday night, which we're going to announce probably this weekend or early next week, something like that. Very, very soon. That's happening there in that hall. Okay. Now, Exhibit Hall B, which is next to that,
is our new artist alley.
this is going to be our new artist alley. So what you see right there.
Because we didn't get to debut it last year, so we're going to debut it for you this year.
Yeah, so all the purple booths that you see, those are 10 by 10 booths, and that's the new artist alley. So we made the artist alley bigger because there's just a lot of artists. Now,
And it was getting really, really tight.
yeah, it was cramped.
It was too tight. And it was a lot of overlapping, and we want you guys to be comfortable. And artists, too, to be
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah. So
And bringing a lot of more Japanese artists as well. So, as guests and for, live drawing and stuff like that, and being able to interact with them on the stage and everything. We have some really cool ideas and things planned for the stage part of that artist alley as well. So keep that in mind, why we had to expand. Yes. And then next to it is Hall C.
all right. Okay, so I know I zoomed in a little bit, but
Yee! That's a lot of info.
okay. Right. So Exhibit Hall C, D, and E is our vendor hall, right? And what you see here, so just don't worry too much about the colors, like the green and the yellow booths. But what you see here,
It was internal for our
correct. These are
exhibitors
yeah. So one square, what you see there is like a square is a 10 by 10.
booth.
Yeah, 10 by 10 booth. So you can just have an idea of the size. So if you have like a 20 by 30, which is like East Stream down here at the bottom, we have quite a bit of
20 by 30, you mean?
yeah, 20 by 30. Yeah. So we have quite a bit of Japanese industry, this year, as you can see.
Okay, some of these things have not been announced. So you guys are getting a major scoop tonight with this exhibit hall layout.
Okay, yeah. So, what you're seeing here,
We moved Cosplay Square, by the way,
well,
FYI.
yeah. So the Cosplay Square, yeah, is now up here. This is where the Artist Alley used to be, and then next to it is gaming.
And then we're going to have a food court area and stuff. And
Yeah, which is going to be pretty cool. Yeah, I can't wait for gaming. Yeah, Kinokuniya has a booth, and there's a bunch of vendors that have booths here. Now the orange, I guess, what is that, like kind of like orangey booths that you see here? These are for now. These are where the guest autograph booths are going to be. Now we need
more
to
coral peach.
we need to add more, but we're still discussing of where to add them. And then obviously here, Exhibit Hall E on the right side. There's
some major sneak peeks here.
This is where Shibuya Crossing is.
I had no idea this was going to be shown to you guys tonight. Seriously.
So this is
I'm beside myself right now.
So we have Shibuya Crossing, and the crossroads are just like last year, designed to look just like Shibuya. It's pretty cool. The
Slightly
cars,
different.
the cars from Import Reactor are going to be placed on the road, just vertically and horizontally, I guess, looking at it right now. Good Smile Racing is here in this corner. We have Butler and Maid Cafes. And as you can see,
Kabukicho.
and there's a few things that we haven't even added, because what we're doing right now is we're trying to figure out how to utilize this space, because we are getting to that point where there's no more room, or should I say little room.
Little room.
In the top right corner, that's Kabukicho. So that's a 100 by 100 foot area. And that's
not 100
18
by 100 foot, is it?
Yeah.
Square foot, right?
No, 100 feet by
1,000.
100 feet. So that's 10,000
10,000 square feet.
square feet. So that is the 18 plus vendor area.
18 plus, super carding, kind of happen.
Yeah, it's walled off, and you're going to be carded to get in there. So you need to be at least 18 years of age
Valid ID.
to have access into that area.
And
That's
once
where
you're in there, you don't have to show anymore.
the
ID.
hentai booth is in there.
Yaoi.
K-Books is bringing the really, really awesome hentai booth that's going in there, the Yaoi booth, and just a bunch of other 18 plus
18
vendors.
plus
are in there.
material.
That area is currently sold out.
By the way, if you're wondering where Super Pass holders use Super Pass holders, you're going to be right next to the cosplay square there. That unlock one,
Oh yeah,
that's where you are.
yeah. That's the Super Pass Lounge,
So
and we
you're
have
back
some.
there. Next to the food court too, so that's convenient.
Yeah.
So we moved it.
Okay. So here's. Wait. Let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, that's- All right.
So this is pretty big.
So here's
CDE specifically will be exhibitors.
so here's kind of like a dilemma, right? Now remember, we built this layout last year, and what we did was we updated it. And last year,
We didn't have Kabukicho. by the way.
well, it was almost sold out last year. And then what happened was the convention moved over, and then we moved all our vendors and artists over, so everyone carried over. But we had new vendors and new artists wanting to join.
Yes.
Now, not to mention that some conventions got canceled, and then even this year.
Right now already.
Yeah, conventions in January and February are canceled, or at least most of them are. I don't know if any conventions are happening, but and when a convention cancels, depending on the size of the convention, the vendors and the artists look for new places to go, right? And the bigger conventions, like if the conventions, I would say in the top 10 list.
Above 10,000 people.
Yes. Those conventions are
15,000
usually
plus.
the ones that so many people, vendors and artists, they want to go to. So we've had a lot of inquiries. And I know it's been a tough year, right, for vendors and for artists. They haven't had any conventions. They've made little money, little business.
I just spoke to a vendor last week, actually, and he had to take us on a second job just to get by. So temporarily. So it's until conventions start happening again. So you can imagine the amount of business that all these companies have lost. Yeah.
Yeah. So what we're trying to do, we told ourselves we're going to do everything we can to accommodate
As many as possible.
as many artists and vendors, guests as we can. We'll do our best.
Yeah, with our capacity. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, usually we, we would pick and choose, and there's like an application process which everyone goes through, right?
Yes.
But it's last year being 2020, and the just the community being what it is, and people going through hard times. like, well, let's kind of like make an exception, and let's try to help as many people as possible. Now, having said this, right, the smaller, should I say, smaller or medium-sized conventions, when any convention that gets moved or postponed this year. I mean, last year is one thing because last year most conventions had to cancel, but this year, I think the conventions in between January and March are questionable. Maybe April or middle of April. I think everything is going to be safe from May onwards. It's safe.
It's our prediction.
Yeah, but from January to kind of like March or April, kind of like a question mark, right? Maybe. It depends on where you are. Some states are still shut down. California is still shut down. There's a bunch of states down the East Coast.
Florida's open though.
Yeah, they're shut down. So a lot of things need to happen. I mean, people need, besides people getting vaccinated, and you just need to open their states back up and just start having gatherings again. And depending on what state it is, we have no idea when that's going to happen. So the bigger conventions, like for example, Anime Boston is April 2nd to the 4th.
Easter weekend.
Yeah, and now we hope, we really,
we want to see it happen. Yeah.
We just wish them the best, and we hope that by that time it's all, this state can open and they can host their event. It's really important to have as many conventions this year happen. It's because it's needed.
The businesses within it.
Yeah. We're worried for artists, and we're worried for vendors, and we're worried for just
industry
guests, and just our industry. Our industry got hit pretty hard, and some places and some events are not as lucky. So we're hoping as many of them stay around as possible. I think just the other day, a convention in what is Anime Sekai, right? Or was it,
like I want to say
Texas
up north,
somewhere?
yeah.
Up north, announced that it was shutting down. It was shutting its doors
permanently.
And yeah,
that's hard to hear.
Yeah, we don't. We
don't wish that upon any event.
We never want to see that. Right. I think we're lucky because we're all the way in July. But just if you're the events, up until March, I don't know, somewhere around there. Springtime. It's it's borderline, but if a big event doesn't happen this year, so for example, if Anime Boston doesn't happen this year, then you have a lot of the vendors and the artists now, even more, that we're counting on getting business at this event, counting on going to this event. Now they have to go somewhere else, right? So it's I think the summer is critical. It's really important, because I don't think most of the vendors and artists, I mean, I know they're trying to do business online, but you just talk to them and it's just not, it's not the same, and they're barely getting through. But not to have an event 2 years in a row is
devastating.
Yeah, that's devastating. Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna, we're hoping for the best. And if we get more vendors, like we haven't even opened our vendor and artists for 2021, because as you can see from this map,
it's getting full.
Yeah, it's getting full. So we have to, we've been moving stuff around as best as we can. Now, obviously, still, we're not going to cramp everyone together. Obviously, we want some space, but but still. And we've been talking about this for quite a few months, trying to figure out how much more to
we
put
can
in
include
here.
Yeah. And then also, I think a couple of you are wondering about protocols by Anime Matsuri. For us, we're gonna definitely, of course, safety is prime
I mean, health protocols.
Oh yeah, health protocols.
Oh yeah, well, it's just let's not even think about
Yeah.
that until we get closer,
I agree with that.
because there's going to be so much.
There's so many changes.
There's so many changes that are coming up in the next few months that there's just no point in discussing what we're going to do in
yeah.
July. Yeah, so
Right.
maybe when we get closer, when we're like in May or June, we'll have a better idea of what, if there are going to be any protocols, and if they are, what they're going to be.
Yeah, you guys will be notified.
yeah,
I mean,
and-
we're keeping this weekly chat going and
Yeah,
everything. You guys
and
will be
everyone's on the
know.
same page, The convention center's on the same page. Everyone says the same thing.
Yes.
Well, it's just way too early. We have no idea what it's going to be like, but let's just play by ear and let's discuss this when we get closer.
Yeah, it's part of our addendum to our contract.
Yeah,
so.
to the contract. Yeah, most of the contracts, that's what it has a clause that just says that, because no one can predict
Right.
what July is going to be like. So
many-
so people are saying, you know what, just when we get closer, let's discuss it then. Let's figure out. So I don't know if you're going to ask, do we need to wear masks or not wear masks, or what?
We don't know yet.
We don't know. We will know when we get
Closer.
closer to the convention.
For sure. And you guys will be notified.
Of course. Of course. And this isn't just us. This applies for just
Oh, many events.
any event in the Georgia Brown Convention Center. It's the same thing. They're going.
Remember, rodeo's happening in May.
Well, yeah, that's May, and even rodeo in May, they don't know what their protocols are. they don't know.
There's so many, so many different things can happen from now until like April.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
rodeo, biggest event in Houston and in Texas, happening now. Used to be in March, now in May. So it's 3 weeks long, and it's still it's moving forward. So hopefully, from that, we will definitely know better on what kind of implementations and stuff like that we're going to be doing.
Yeah, and I know I've seen a few people here in the chat asking about Sanrio. Okay, let's just pretend we didn't see that. Okay, we haven't announced that yet, so we're just gonna pretend like it wasn't on the map. I should have blacked that out. I
Should've
missed
just
that
left
one.
pink.
Yeah. Yes, Serenity's Otaku life. I feel summer is going to be too cramped with all the events happening in the summer. Tell me about it. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cramped, all right. But
Well, from our convention center too, they mentioned, if anything, towards August too, that, and moving forward after that. So from August onward, I think we will be one of the first events in the convention center.
no, we won't. There's already
They're
events happening.
small. They're small ones, but
There's
major
the
ones.
huge volleyball event. Remember the volleyball one that happens every year? That's in April. That is a massive event. The entire GRB. Yeah, it's on there.
I
Yep.
don't know, dude.
Look, I'm telling you, it's on there.
But anyway, I think in terms of like entertainment events, I think we'll be the first.
Well, yeah.
Maybe. Actually, no. We might be the second. Might be Comic Palooza.
Comic Palooza is in
sorry,
May.
Sorry.
Comic Palooza, end of May, right?
End of May.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
So all that's going on, and I think the city of Houston, they have their hands full because there's a lot of things that they need to work on, and they need to get done correctly. So AM is in July, but before July, they got to figure out Comic Palooza. They got to figure out the rodeo. They got to figure. There's just a bunch of stuff. I think.
Right before us, so that's good.
When's the Houston Marathon? Isn't that like I think Houston Marathon.
Usually in the fall, actually.
Is it?
So it's cooler.
Well. So yeah, there you go. This is our exhibit hall map. It's pretty packed. It's very exciting. We're very excited to for you guys to see what we have planned.
For you guys to get in there and do stuff and see things and buy things and just interact again. Oh my gosh. I'm looking forward to that. So many new stuff. God, so many new things that we want to show you and present to you, and so for you guys to experience. I mean, Good Smile Racing alone, that was supposed to happen last year, and bringing back Godzilla and stuff, and like we said, Mappa and Wit Studio, and so many cool stuff. So these are things that we're adding on, but we're also recreating because it changed from last year what our plans were going to be for the booth and for the industry coming and stuff. So we have to wait a little bit right now until we do get back to business with Japan and making sure that what we can incorporate for this event. We're going to bring back some of the things that we didn't get to show you guys, but also new things, hopefully, that you guys, will get to experience. So that is the big topic between us and the industry that we plan to bring for the convention this coming year. So hopefully everything will go according to plan in terms of what we want to happen and we want you guys to see. So cross your fingers, pray for the best. And we want this definitely to be a big year for you guys to experience AM once again.
Yes. I see there's questions about the wedding. All right. So
yes.
Amanda's wedding. All right. The wedding is not on this is the first floor. The wedding is on the third floor. Right?
Third floor.
And it's happening, I think, on Friday. And what we need to still finalize, it's the exact
location.
Breakout room it's going to be in. We have 3 different options, but this depends on how many people
would be interested.
Yes, are going to be attending. So it depends on the size of the wedding. So I think I emailed Songstress Miku about it, and then I guess she can she can let us know about how many people are going to be there, so we can figure out the size of the room.
So we showed
but
you.
Give my Final Fantasy. I think tons of people are going to.
There's a lot of Final Fantasy cosplayers out there. So again, we also showed you tonight like the first floor of the convention center, and the second floor is usually dedicated to all your meetups and whatnot. And the past couple years we've had huge banners that we put in there on the second level, so that we're talking about 60-foot banners. Like from Sailor Moon to Godzilla and even Nervo and stuff like that last year we posted up. So these banners and then these are meetups, and you guys get to have all your different cosplay photography there and stuff like that. And then we have the third floor. The third floor is dedicated to the panels and rooms and
main programming.
Programming. We also, that's where the cosplay show would be, Nerdless would be, the fashion show. So these breakout rooms are dedicated to different panel rooms as well. So that's the third floor, and that is like also a huge area for the convention. So you guys do a lot of walking. Again, it's over 2 million square foot of space, and we're not even talking about like outside. So you guys, know some of our intentional things that are going to be out there, food trucks, for example, but also new ideas that we hope to incorporate for this coming 2021 event. So that's still in the works. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on inside. There's going to be stuff happening outside. It should be a big celebration, and everyone. I think the attendees we need a place to we need a convention. It's been, how long has it been? Well, for us, it's going to be 2 years, right?
For what?
Last convention went well. Actually,
2019 was our last one. So yes.
Well, yeah, here. I was at Wonderfest in February last year.
Last year you were at Wonderfest.
But it's been a long time, and we just need to get together in person, hang out.
Gosh, last year we were at the Tokyo Auto Salon in January,
Yeah.
and that didn't happen this year. So, boo.
Yeah. So the vendors, the artists, the guests,
That was awesome.
everyone is looking forward to this event. We need to have an event, and it's been too long already. By July, this thing will be gone. Better be gone. Better be gone. Actually, it better be gone by May. What am I talking about? July.
That's right. Let's all hope for the best.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I think it's good news. We are pretty confident everything is going to work out just fine. So what we need to do, or what we've been doing, is we've been just moving forward, full steam ahead, planning everything, getting everything situated and planned, and our programming, that's the next thing we're going to show you guys. It's pretty awesome. But soon here, the volunteer and the staffing positions for 2021 is going to open. The app is going to be updated very soon. And I mean, there's many changes coming. We have a lot of announcements to make. We haven't made announcements because we're just waiting, just waiting a little longer, just for things to get better. Because when we make the announcements, we want people to feel like, oh, I like that, and I want to go there,
yeah.
As opposed to, I like that, but I don't know. Is it going to be safe to go? Are you sure?
We don't want you guys to speculate.
Yeah. That's, we don't want that, because at that point, then what is the point of the announcement? We want the announcement to be when, we'll start making announcements when people feel more confident. Yes, okay, there's more good news in July. It's going to be cool, and we can go and hang out and do stuff, without having to worry too much.
Right.
Yeah.
That is the goal.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
A lot of sneak peeks tonight, just saying. I hope you guys, you might have to review this video if you're just tuning in. And if you're going to be sharing with others, they might get a sneak peek as well. So, more to come, guys. There's plenty of announcements and details that we haven't even touched on. So stay tuned.
Yeah. And also, it's also important that the travel between states becomes better, so we don't have to quarantine. People coming in from, I don't know, like the East Coast or the West Coast. Depending on states now, I think there's still some quarantine involved, but I'm sure that'll be figured out pretty soon as things get better, because things are getting better, and they're getting by quite a bit.
Yeah, I guess when we mentioned when you mentioned about the different conventions in the early period of this year, the question mark is the travel restrictions, industry, if they're able to travel and get visas and stuff like that. These are things that go into play, so that you guys might not even know about. So when it comes to other events, what kind of information that they're working with and dealing with. Same with us. So this is why it's hard. It's hard to predict what they're going to go through. But for us, for sure, we know that as of right now, things are looking better. Things are looking good. We've been still in contacts and communication with Japan and the industries and guests that were planning to come to Anime Matsuri. So things are looking up and up for us in terms of what we're wanting to do, and K-pop and stuff like that. So you guys are in for a treat this year. These are things that we want to make happen, and we want to not have that big loom of question mark and that gray cloud over us. So we want to make sure that you guys have more confidence in what's going on in terms of what's going globally on, and then say, yes, I want to go there, and yes, I want to get that Anime Matsuri badge going, and tell my friends and family and coworkers to join. So that's what we want from you guys. That would be a huge support for us for this year, because we all need it. Because the more that we're able to host this event, and the more that you guys are able to come, that brings business not just for the city or but for, again, so many different businesses that are part of Anime Matsuri, which is the vendors and artists and industry that is coming.
Yeah.
So it all plays together.
And don't forget, there's going to be a beer garden with Japanese beer outside for those 21 years of age and up.
Oh my God.
Not for the kids. So if you're 21 and up, you can check out the Japanese beer garden. It's going to be pretty cool. All right, guys. Do you have any more questions? We can answer some questions.
And if you haven't done so, please join our Facebook group. Lots of things are probably going to pop up there soon as well. And then if you're interested in anything that we're doing, make sure to subscribe to the channel again and tell everybody about AM.
No, Alpha Tank asked a question, I think, at the beginning about the Super Chat. Zoom that is coming, and it's going to be pretty special. I know we skipped a couple of months.
Yes.
But just wait and see. We have something very, very special planned. So
thanks, Alpha Tank.
We've been, again, we things change so fast. So the way we plan to make our announcements, like on a normal year, we could just plan the entire year, right?
Yeah.
So we would know when we're making the announcements. A year in advance. We would just plan everything. But last year and this year, like, case in point, look at the Godzilla versus Kong. I mean, we've been waiting for this since last year, and they just decided, okay, we're just gonna drop the trailer this Sunday. Here you go. Like, then we're like, oh, okay, all right, right. Toho sent us an email earlier today and said, okay, we're ready to move forward with the trailer for this movie. So because Legendary decided, I guess they were talking about this back and forth, but I mean, this is what this year is. You can't even plan a month or 2 months ahead, right? So there was many announcements. Obviously, there's still announcements. Kind of like waiting and seeing, because we got to almost like played by ear. People are just going back and forth because everything is changing so fast. Right.
And Japan is not even, 100% yet.
Well, yeah, no, Japan's still waiting. I think Japan starts vaccinating middle of February. That's when they start. Mm-hmm. So it's looking pretty good there. If you're wondering how can we host AM, they're hosting the Olympics.
Yes. International global event.
Yeah. So they have their hands full.
Yeah. Praying for them.
Yeah, and we pray everything works out. And come July, we can all get together and celebrate and not have to worry about
pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking forward to it, Sangshu Miku. That announcement in our Facebook group. Again, if you guys haven't done so, be sure to try to get in there and interact with the fans and your fellow geeks.
Nickzilla 2000 says, my brother and I were supposed to dress up as Godzilla and Kong for AM 2020.
Wow.
You guys gonna go at it right there?
Hey, you can still do that.
On the exhibit hall floor.
We need a Godzilla meetup.
Well, yeah. We need a Godzilla versus Kong battle.
Oh yeah, needs to happen. We would love for you guys to continue to dress up as you would like to. Cosplay away is what I say. Anything and possibly everything. Okay. Well, that does it for this live chat. And we hope you guys to, got a chance to take a sneak peek again of what our exhibit hall is going to be looking like. The convention center moving forward. My gosh, so many things that we're going to be doing for you guys to get an awesome experience, rolling over what you guys have missed and then adding more to it. So definitely stay tuned for upcoming announcements and more sneak peeks.
I know. Zach Tank is asking, will there be a time to talk to the guests? What guests are we talking about, and when are you talking about? Are you talking about, can you talk to the guests at the convention, or are you asking, can you talk to the guests before the convention? And by guests, do you mean the guests, the AM guests?
I think
Yeah.
he does.
The AM guests. Do you want to talk to the guests at the convention? Well, yeah. I mean, at the convention, of course.
That's what we plan on, is their booths, and then their panels that we're going to be having them host. So, and they might even be walking around.
So, depending on the guests, most of our guests, I guess, will have their own booths, and you can go.
Sessions.
Yeah, you can go to their booth and talk to them there.
Meet and greets.
Yeah, they have. The times will be on the schedule.
Even the K-pop group will have autograph session.
Well, yeah, but depending on the guests, some of the Japanese guests don't. Well, they don't have booths, and I guess they're more limited. So the autographs or any kind of like meet and greet to those are done pre-con, and you got to get
reservations.
Yeah, reservations. You need a reservation for that.
Not pre-con, but reservations for the convention.
Yeah. So when we start making all our guest announcements, you're going to see.
It really varies. Yeah,
we're going to tell you which of the guests
have booths.
Yeah, have booths versus which ones
autograph session only, which is or meet and greets and
yeah,
whatnot.
you need reservation for. So you guys know way ahead of time, and for the reservations for like like the Japanese guests that require reservations, all you do is when we launch the tickets online, you just got to go get them. Before they sell out. So one autograph session, when we say an autograph session is about 60 minutes or an hour long, and we're talking about 45 people, 45 to 50,
60
to
max.
60, somewhere there. So if they're doing a 2-hour session, so we're talking somewhere between 90 and 120 people. And considering there's tens of thousands of people at the convention,
it's very limited.
Yeah, that's going to go really fast. So you just got to, but we'll let everybody know in advance. So it's all, kind of fair.
Oh yeah, we're going to, again, any health questions about protocol and whatnot, we won't be answering that just quite yet because things are changing up, like we mentioned earlier. So don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll let you know.
Joshua is asking, do we have to show proof of being vaccinated?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, so
answered that yet.
Yeah, so those kind of just to give you an idea of how everything works, right? Those kind of conditions are usually put upon by the city. Right, so in our case, the George R. Brown Convention Center is owned by the city. They will say what it should be, what the protocols should be. But I don't know, and even they don't know. So we have no idea. We just have to, when we get closer to the event, we will have a better idea of what protocols there are, if there are any protocols at all, and what's going to happen. I don't know. I don't know what to say about the proof of vaccination because obviously not everyone is going to get vaccinated and not everyone wants to get vaccinated. So I don't know if that's going to be a thing. And if it is, how is that going to be implemented? We don't know. But as we get closer, we'll make sure we share this information with you. I mean, obviously, if you have a vaccine, and there's nothing to worry about, right? But the question is, what about anyone else that doesn't want to take the vaccine, right? So we'll see. We'll see what the city says. We'll see what the CDC says, and we just go by all the authorities involved that are going to make sure that the event is safe for everybody. If that answers your question, I guess.
All right, guys. We really appreciate your time and joining us always. And we might, tell you more each week. So be sure to join us. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like and share away. All right, guys. See you next time. And always take care of yourselves and stay nerdy. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.